Hello, and you're listening to Week 9 of Oneness Project Light One-on-One with Israel Kelly. I'm your host, Cassandra. For those of you that are new, welcome, and thank you for joining us. Our purpose for each episode is to enhance your understanding of life, the universe, and the world around us. By exploring a specific topic more in depth through the eyes of Source. As many of you know, Israel Kelly is fully coalesced with Source energy and has been granted with the knowing. He is here to bring messages of love to humanity and to facilitate all of us with the expansion of our consciousness. In last week's episode, which we dedicated to you, our devoted listeners, Israel answered questions from Eliza, touching on topics such as deja vu, the law of attraction, abundance, the vortex, and more. If you have questions for Israel and would like to be a guest on our future episodes, write to us and let us know. We would love to hear from you. You can also connect with us on Facebook under Israel's group Non-Physical Consciousness. All the information is provided at the end of this video. Tonight we will explore the topic of time. So without wasting any more of it, let me introduce Israel Kelly. Hello Israel, how are you?
Thank you for having me, Cassandra, and definitely this topic of time is one of my favorites.
That's great, Israel, because I have a lot of questions for you. Let's get started. I have read in many books and articles that time does not exist. It is simply an illusion created by man. Can you please explain how events are kept in an orderly fashion in our wondrous universe without the existence of time? Wouldn't there be chaos without some sort of order?
That's a very good question, Cassandra. However, let me explain something. When we refer to time as an illusion, we're trying to open humans to the possibility to understand things in a wider perspective. Time wasn't created by humans. Time was created by God, like polarity was created by God. We need time in order to experience from birth to the time of transition. If time wasn't there, experience wasn't either. We need time in order to have the sequence of events that we call our life. So time is the most important thing that attaches to this human reality. Out of that human reality, then we can say that time is an illusion.
Interesting. Thank you for that, Israel. I have read about people entering the Akashic Records, where they have access to past and future events. Israel, what is the Akashic Records, and how are we able to access it?
You will read about many expressions, many interpretations of reality of humans. The term Akashic Record is a term that helps human understand about sequence of events that are happening now. Everything changes, progress, evolve, and the term of Akashic Record was used to make humans understand that there were events in which they call the past and the future and so on. However, past, future are just human terms as well because everything is happening in the moment of now. Any human able to relax their mind, to plug into their subconscious mind, will be able to remember or will be able to hook, to plug into that vibration that we call the past or that we call the future.
Excellent. Thank you, Israel. Another place that I've heard of where events are stored is the Porthologos Library. Here's an excerpt that I found from the Hollow Earth Network website. I am Mikos, guardian of the Earth's records, and all records in your solar system and universe. I am here in the cavity of Earth, primarily to guard the history of all life everywhere. This is our prime purpose, and the purpose for the library of Porthologos. Our library is the only one of its kind in our vast system of planets. Our library is so vast that it covers 456 square miles of terrain and has vast storage vaults containing records, all stored on crystal slides that are viewed through our crystal projectors. Our storage facilities are vast, organized, and categorized so that you can easily locate the information you are looking for, and retrieve it for viewing. We have vast conveyors that will deliver your order within minutes, and then return it back to its storage location again. This way, every item in the library is always where it should be and can be easily found and perfectly preserved. Such is our technological capabilities, for we have drawn on the technology of the universe we reside in, and have the most advanced methods of preservation and storage and retrieval that would marvel your library systems. This sure sounds like a wonderful place. Is there such a place called the Porthologos Library?
Any place that you are able to imagine, any place that you're able to dream of, it's a human construction, so it becomes a thought form. If you're able to think about it, if you're able to imagine a place like that, and your reality, you're able to create a reality like that as a thought form. And as you keep on vibrating and thinking about a place like that or any other idea that it comes to exist as a thought form, then it becomes part of your human reality if that's what you want to experience.
Very cool. Thank you. Many spiritual sages say to live in the present moment of now. One of my favorite quotes is by Thich Nhat Hanh. The present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments. Can you explain in detail what he means by this?
Nothing more accurate to our reality than understanding the moment of now. When you think about the future, when you think about the future, you're thinking now about the future. When you're thinking about the past, you're thinking now about the past. So the main moment is the moment of now, because whatever relevance of your human understanding about referring to the future or the past, you're going to think and make a mental image about that now.
If past, present, and future is all happening now, simultaneously, where is it happening?
That's a very good question. To understand the answer, you will have to understand that there's more than you. Meaning, there's more realities that you attach to. You understand and you recognize this reality as the only reality, as the only Cassandra. But you are many Cassandras and different realities. Like in my case, I'm in 126 different realities of Israel, which is not the same Israel, all those 126. However, those realities are related to my present reality. Those realities are not only in this present time, they are in the future time, and they are what we could call the past, which is a very difficult concept to understand because we are constructed to understand this past, present, future, and so on, which is the right way to understand, to be attached to a time-space reality, to a physical form. However, there's not only one of us. There's many of us having a different experience multiplied by a very vast number, and that if you're coming down to the explanation, if you're coming down to understand that concept, then you will come down to understand that we are one. So to answer your question, where is this past, present, and future happening? It's happening right here, right now.
Interesting. Thank you. If time does not exist, then how do planetary cycles occur? And how would the sun rise every morning and set every evening?
And the main time that we are in a physical form, time is real. So whatever is attached to that reality we'll call time will be real. The sunset, the star, the moving, the universe, whatever we see, whatever we perceive, whatever we are able to understand and attach to the concept of time will be real. And it is real. It is part of that sequence of events created to make the human experience possible.
Okay, thank you. If nature and animals are always living in the present moment of now, how come they age and die?
Animals that do the transition like humans, they age and everything like humans. It's a sequence their life for the same reason the human they do the same. It's part of the creation. It's part of their consciousness leaving a physical form and reunited with a non-physical existence and coming back any other time, like the same case of humans. As their time is different from the consciousness of a human, it's shorter, but it's part of the creation. It's part of the purpose of having an experience. Their experience is limited and different from the human experience. However, is an experience as well.
All right, thank you. How do we break through this illusion of time? How do we free ourselves and become the eternal beings that we are?
I will correct you right there, Cassandra, because we don't need to break into a nothing. We are a non-physical energy now occupying physicality in order to have an experience on planet Earth, time, space, reality. So we need time. We need time to have a life on time, space. It's part of the reality, it's part of the choice we made when we decided to come into physical form. So we're not planning to break into the out of the illusion of time, because we need time in order to be attached to a physical form, in order to be part of the time-space reality. Otherwise, we have to come back to non-physical.
Okay, that makes sense. Israel, as a multidimensional being, can you share with us your experience of no time? What is it like to be multidimensional and being able to experience life all in the present moment of now?
That's one of the easiest questions. Ask and it will be given to you. If you want to really understand those concepts, if you want to understand who you really are, if you want to remember that who you are, that you are non-physical energy now occupying physicality and a human form, and that's what you want, that will be given to you. If you're able to remove limitations, doubts, separations, if you're able to have faith on yourself, you will remember who you are. And as you remember who you are, you're going to be able to understand concepts that they are difficult while you're in physical form. However, you are divine, you are vibrational being, you are non-physical form already and on physicality for the purpose of creating a new reality, a new experience. So that's who you are. When you are able to understand that, things are seen by you differently. You're able to understand things in a wider perspective. And as you do so, you stop seeing yourself with those limitations, the human limitations, and you see things in a wider perspective. You're able to understand things in full capacity, and that help you to become, to remember, to put your life in perspective, to apply law of attraction, to do many things that when you're not aware of who you are, you out of track. You are living a life in which you are thinking and putting your focus on the struggle, on obstacles, on problems, on paying bills, and so on. And life is not. That's not all. That is what you learn by society. That's what you learn from school, from parents, from family, from the way your surroundings. However, that's not all. And that is not what we came here for, neither. We came here to recreate who we are. The more we understand that, the more freedom we're going to have, the more empowered we will be, and happier and very successful we'll become.
Okay, thank you. In Neil Donald Walsh's book, Conversations with God, God explains time as being vertical, not horizontal. Here's an excerpt. Time is an up and down thing. Think of it as a spindle representing the eternal moment of now. Now picture leaves of paper on the spindle, one atop the other. These are the elements of time, each element separate and distinct, yet each existing simultaneously with the other. All the paper on the spindle at once, as much as there will ever be, as much as there ever was. There is only one moment, this moment, the eternal moment of now. I can totally picture this in my mind and understand the time mechanics of the universe with this analogy. That would mean that there are multiple versions of us existing now as we speak, living every moment we have ever lived, including moments we have yet to experience. Thinking about it in this way makes the universe seem so complex. It's difficult to wrap our three-dimensional mind around something this complex. How are you able to keep everything in order, having access to such infinite knowledge?
I am able to understand any concept because I don't have human limitations. And as I don't have human limitations, I'm able to expand my consciousness. I'm able to perceive reality different, and not only the reality that we call time-space, but many other realities that will be very difficult to verbalize, to try to explain, as they're not part of your reality, they're not part of your... there's no way that you can imagine how they look like, what exactly I'm talking about when I'm talking about other realities, other realms, other dimensions, because they do not belong to time-space. Whatever I can do, anybody else can do. You only have to remove limitations, doubts, resistance, and by doing so, your consciousness will expand.
Very cool. Thank you. Israel, before we conclude our show for this evening, do you have any final thoughts you would like to share with us?
Final thoughts, stay on the now. Don't worry about tomorrow. Live in the now. Tomorrow and yesterday is happening now. If you understand that time is the illusion that keeps you attached to time-space reality in order for you to create a new experience, you will understand that you can tap into that you call the past or the future, and you will be able to take better decisions. Relax your mind, trust your inner self, have conversation with that larger part of yourself that you might call your higher self, your soul. It doesn't really matter how you refer to. That inner guidance on you, talk to it. Speak to that inner voice, those thoughts that they communicate with you if you welcome that communication. If you do so, you're going to be able to have a wider perspective on things and understand that you came here to enjoy. Do not worry about tomorrow as tomorrow is happening today. Do not worry about yesterday as yesterday is happening today in the moment of now. As you understand that concept and a wider perspective, you're able to have full control of your life as a human, now creating a new experience on time-space reality. Life is a blessing. Life is for joy. Feel grateful to be alive. It was your choice to come here for a new experience. You are more powerful than you think. Be positive. Be in the now, and you'll be extremely happy all the time.
That was great, Israel. Thank you so much for sharing your infinite knowledge with us on the concept of time. It was fascinating, to say the least. Until next time, this is Cassandra for Oneness Project Light One-on-One with Israel Kelly. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Cassandra. This was a very good conversation of the topic of time, and we need to expand more. There's a lot of things that we need to touch still about time, because it's very interesting to help humans to understand that they can live in the now. Many blessings for you and your family, and we'll see you next week.